What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So what you're seeing here is footage from the second last training day of last week, where I had 4 sets of 9 reps with 222.5 kilos, which is like 495 pounds. I then had 3 sets of 9 on bench press with 113 kilos, which I'm not sure what the pound conversion is, but it will be on the screen. Then from there I had 4 sets of glute ham raise and 4 sets of bent over rows with a pause at the top, or a pause at the contraction of the movement. Now, 4 sets of 9, these kind of rep ranges, you could not have me further out with my comfort zone if you could possibly try. It was extremely tough. Now, this is the third week in a row where I've had sets of 9 on squats. The progression has been going up, so the intensity has been going up by averaging around 2% per week. And yeah, you most definitely couldn't have me further out my comfort zone. This is pretty much as far out my comfort zone within a training that you can have me, as I'm just. But it's good, it's great, it's really good to be here. I really enjoy being here, and it's something that I find very difficult. And high reps is something that I'm very poor at, and that is great because that now gives me an opportunity to improve on something. Now, I believe you're going to be seeing this on the Monday, so I believe that we are 12 weeks out from the World Championships, or it might be 11. It's 11 or 12 weeks out from the World Championships. So right now is obviously the time to be accumulating volume, accumulating fatigue, and building the movements. So these rep ranges and what we're currently doing is going to be doing that, and obviously the path to a 700 pound squat is doing sets of 9 with less than 500 pounds, which isn't necessarily exciting, but you've got to find a way to get you through these sessions. Now, they are going to be very painful. Now, I know it's quite funny because you see it from both angles. You see people in fitness say, you know, this is really fun, this is enjoyable, this is a privilege to do this, you should be thankful for doing this, there's no grind in this, or it's blah, things of that nature. And then you get other people that are like, show pictures of heads of lions and say, let's grind this, blah, and you get both ends of the spectrum. And I always find both sides pretty amusing, because you should be right smack bang in the middle. Me training in my garage with competition spec plates that I worked very hard for and paid for completely myself, and they were not cheap at all. They were £90 per 25 kilo disc. I bought 10. I had no financial help from anyone. Now, is that necessary? Now, it is a privilege to be training. It absolutely is, as some form of a privilege to be training, and it is a hobby and a passion, and it's very enjoyable. But that does not mean that it isn't tough or difficult, because that's just as stupid as the pictures of lions' heads. Now, it really is. It is most definitely a privilege, but it is also very difficult. These sets are very difficult. It is going to be very difficult. And what I suggest is you need to find a way or a reason that's going to get you through these sets. Now, some might be positive reinforcement, some might be negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement could be literally just reminding yourself how much you enjoy this, how much you love this, and this is a part of the process. It could be positive reinforcement as in, I really want that 600 pound squat, I really want that 500 pound squat, I really want that X amount of squat, and thinking that how much fulfillment you will get from hitting that goal, and simply knowing, look, this is how I'm going to get there. That's positive reinforcement. It could be negative reinforcement, in the sense of well, obviously just any form of negative reinforcement, maybe calling upon people, someone saying in the past, you know, you're not good enough to do this, you're not good enough to hit that squat, and you thinking, well, I'm going to show that person this is part of the journey. But you need to find what truly helps you. Me, I would say that I'm trying to get to more positive reinforcement as every single cycle goes on, because it is much more repeatable. And as I always say to my clients, and as I always say to the athletes I work with, and as I always say to myself, we want to make everything as repeatable as possible. Now, I'm always going to have a goal. So for example, my current squat is 310 kilos. I'm working towards that ever elusive 700 pound squat, which is a 317.5 kilo squat. Now, obviously the training is going to be the determining factor in what I'm capable of to hit at the Worlds, and obviously when I'm on the stage at Worlds, how I'm performing on that day is the determining factor of what I'm capable of, regardless of training. Now, maybe on the day I'm only capable of a 312.5 squat or a 315 kilo squat. Maybe on the day I'm capable of a 320 kilo squat. Maybe on the day I'm capable of a 322.5 kilo squat. In synergy with what I should be capable of based off of training numbers. But that 700 pound squat I'm still working towards, so I'm trying to get myself in the mindset of, look, let's keep working towards this. This is part of the process. To get to where you want to go right now, you need to be doing sets of 9 with less than 500 pounds. And I feel that positive reinforcement is always repeatable, as quite frankly I feel that not every single day of your life you're going to be able to call upon negative things, because quite frankly there might be a day where you are just happy, you are feeling happy, things are going well, you're in a really good mood, and quite frankly calling upon negative things you're not really wanting to do. So therefore you can always call upon positive reinforcement, such as the goal you're working towards, because there's always going to be a goal you're working towards, or for me anyway, there always will be a goal I'm working towards. So that means that it's just much more repeatable for me. Now, I'm not saying that maybe on competition days and absolute PR days positive reinforcement will be at the forefront, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to make everything as repeatable as possible. I'm trying to improve myself as an athlete cycle to cycle, just as everyone else is. But that's just some food for thought. Then I had 4 sets of glute ham raises. I was to work up to an RP set of 8, so I did 4 sets of 6. Funny enough, when I actually first got this glute ham raise, I couldn't do one single rep. So I could squat 310 kilos, I've deadlifted 327.5 kilos, I've benched 4 plates, but I couldn't do a single glute ham raise. So for me to get 4 sets of 6 is pretty massive progression, and I'm definitely thinking that this has found a big weakness, and by improving that weakness, that is going to really, really help and carry over onto my squats and my deadlifts. Then I finished off with 4 sets of 5 on bent over rows with a slight pause at the top. Really looking for a 2 count, so you're going to have to make that a little bit longer. But that's the end of the video, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to all of you guys next time.